What's up, nerds? Welcome back to the channel. We got some special new gear that we're going to share with you guys. It's going to go into our kayak builds. But first of all, very important. I got you this.
Maybe the most...
Attach it to your person.
So there. I'm actually going to get a tri pack mounted to my shoulder, and I'm just going to put it right here.
I go like this?
Yeah. You just screw
right
it
there.
in the back, and then you just... Hey, will you put that on there for me real quick?
There you go.
So... when I'm injured, hey friend, check it out.
And there's more gear than that, all right? So hang tight, right?
No, it's not just the first aid kit.
If you guys didn't hear, Paul hacked his foot off with an ice auger.
But I'm standing here, and we're going ice fishing in like T-minus 2 hours.
So there is a first aid kit. There's also a ton of Yakattack gear that we're going to go through. We've got some stuff from Nocqua, and we have a company I haven't talked to in 3 years reached out and was like, you want a camera? So we have an AquaView Mini HD camera.
Why not?
And my thought, I'm already using this ice fishing season. We're going to Frankenstein set up this baby, and we're going to attach it to the yak. We're going to drop cameras down every now and then for funsies. Anyways, let's get into it, shall we?
Let's get into that.
He's a sellout.
Bam! It's a new hat. All right, so we got some new hats. This is from Kayak or Die, based off the old Benjamin Franklin cartoon from... I don't know, 17 something. I think it says it right
guess
on
I'll
here.
kayak then.
Yeah, well,
I don't want to die.
But given the options, they make some really cool apparel though. It's really an apparel company. So sick hats. They have. I should have got the old school hats. I don't regret it, but I almost do. They have some really cool colors, like a red, a yellow, and a white. They're awesome. But sweet hats, and they do have a hoodie. We might have to send a special request for the hoodie. They also, on the same website, so again, Kayak or Die. Yes, they also, Kayak or Die, same owner also makes a product called Steady Stick. It's a really heavy duty telescopic stick that attaches to the PDL drive for an Old Town for you to like stand up, hold on to. Like offshore when you're really in the chop, all that kind of stuff. They also make gaffs now, which is pretty sick.
Oh, cool.
The people you meet, this is a small world, little fishing industry. So yeah. You run into people and you're
it's
like,
the biggest little industry.
Yeah, it really is. And the guy's all over the place. So helping out with Nocqua, hooked us up with these hats. So Kayak or Die, go check these out. You're going to see these in videos because the hat's freaking sweet. And then, look for Steady Stick. But really, we're here for the Nocqua.
All right, so we got some cool Nocqua accessories in here while Paul takes all the tags off of his freaking hat. These are going to be things that we're going to get to test out on this new build.
Sticker is sick, though.
It is sick. Nocqua, if you guys don't know, they make great, compact, little tiny batteries. And then they have a ton of accessories that you can use to rig out kayaks very easily. A lot of that stuff can be just on board, doesn't need to be mounted to anything. We've done this with our Nucano gear pods.
It's a 20-amp battery the size of your fist, and then you can...
It doesn't weigh much either. They're very light.
It's incredible. They're so great.
So we've got a couple of splitters here, and the cool thing about these is they make them where you can go from your battery and you can like chain off to different accessories. Or,
so, for example, one battery, lights and electronics, or lights and a camera, which is what I'm going to be using. One of the things I'm going to be using them for is to power external lights, like running lights, so like safety red and green. That you have to have that when you have a motor, but you don't want to carry a bunch of different batteries. I don't need a different Nocqua just for that. So that's where this comes into play. Or you can do it where you got two different batteries only powering one thing. So let's say 20 amp hours is not enough for your insanely intense electronics setup. You can just pop on another Nocqua. So you have two batteries powering one item. So they're parallel Y adapters. There's a couple of different ones. There's ones that are a little bit longer, some that are a little bit shorter. And then again, two batteries, one thing, or two things powered by one battery. You choose your adventure. Choose your adventure.
Then we got a couple of extension cords, which is just going to help with Paul's build. We got a super long one right there.
Need that.
Gosh dang, so you can run it to the back of your boat if you wanted to. And then this is really cool, and Paul didn't get me one, so that's fun. But this one has a switcher, because the thing about the Nocqua is it doesn't have like a switch on it. Basically, you unplug the battery if you want everything off.
And none of them do. There are no batteries for that part have an on-off switch on them. It's either plugged in and on, or it's not.
So normally, we would go to Yak Power, and then we would get the 5-panel switcher or the 7-panel switcher, so you can turn different accessories on and off, and you can turn the entire system on and off so your battery's off. In this case, Nocqua has just one simple switch. You just hit this button right here, and it turns off the battery so you can leave it on board, because even though it's 20 amp, or if you chain yours and you have a 40 amp setup, like if you're just running a fish finder, you'd be surprised. Like it'll run it for multiple days without you needing to take it out or unplug that system. So you just hit the switch when you're not using it, conserve some power, and then you can leave it on board for the next fishing day.
This is a really cool innovation. Again, small package delivering a lot of convenience and value.
So we're going to max out our builds with these Nocqua setups. We're going to ask for 5 more of those because I really like them too.
Well, it may need another battery at this point too.
I mean,
did you really have enough?
But what do you think about that? All right. So next up, we do have another new item to check out. This is a USB-C adapter. So this will plug straight into your battery there. And then you'll have USB-C that you can use there. So if you want to charge your phone, run a GoPro, which runs off of USB-C. If you want to run your camera all day, as Paul was talking about there, then you can just plug it straight into this thing. And if you add the switcher to that connection,
boom, 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 bingo, bongo.
There you go.
You can also, again, do your phone, which may end up being what I use this
Probably.
for. Unsure yet. But I also like there's a waterproof plug on there. Well, at least keeps the water off of it when you're not using it, so you don't get it corroded. I love it. This is a great addition. And again, for all my content creators or just people who don't like having dead phones, super nice.
I love all your cool new stuff. Maybe one day I'll get some cool new stuff.
Good luck. I just happen to be the person that's doing a build right now.
It's true. I'm not currently building.
Yeah, so I've got the Nucano U10 coming in, and we're going to be mounting on the front the Minnkota cut-down trolling motor, the Powerdrive. So I'm excited about that. We've got some other things we got to figure out as well. So we got a whole build coming. Wouldn't be able to do it without some of the Nocqua stuff, so super excited. Thank y'all for sending those. And for the Kayak hats, because honestly, that is pretty much where we're at. When people say buy a boat, I can just be like, "Haja!"
Ooh.
I know.
All right, so we got a nice little card there. It says thank you for the support from Team Nocqua. Disclaimer before we get into the video, we got all this gear for free. They sent it out to us. We do not have sponsorships. They don't pay us to say nice things about any of this. In fact, our agreement with all these companies is that, hey, if we see something we don't like, we're going to talk about it. Are you cool with that? And they say yes, then we do the thing. If they say no, then we don't do the thing.
Yep.
Right? And our slogan for the year, buy it or don't.
It's all good.
We're looking at this stuff because we've tried out some of their products before by ourselves. Usually we buy it first to test it out. If we know that we like it, then we might contact the company, or if they contact us, we find a reason to have a conversation, and then we end up doing what we're doing here. I know it's a pain in the butt to throw these disclaimers in here, but somebody's getting mad at their keyboard right now, so I have to do it.
No affiliates. So if you buy it, we don't make a dime. Buy it or don't, it's all good.
Check it out, you guys. We got this fancy pants box, and since Paul gets all the accessories, hashtag dibs.
Hashtag fight me.
Wait, he has a knife. That's not even fair.
Look,
not funny.
I only have
too many people have been cut on this channel. Wait. Don't worry.
All right, so this is the Nocqua. This is like a travel. I think they would call this an adventure bag because what are they all about? Adventure.
Well, it says adventure gear on the side.
Yeah,
so
you see what I'm saying.
You're correct.
So you open up this beautiful dang box, and what you're looking at.
God.
Oh!
First of all.
This is so nice. That is gorgeous. So so this bag is really meant to accommodate any type of adventure that you may find yourself in. If you look at your back, they have a 6-in-1 carry configuration. So you get the standard backpack, you drop the bottom, you get the extendo bag, you have a removable day bag, you get the small duffel, so you're carrying it sideways or with the strap, the extendo, so the same thing but sideways, and then the messenger bag, which is this one, plus your strap. So a bunch of different ways to carry it, and it's really meant, again, to just accommodate whatever you're doing. So traveling for, a tournament, headed to a hotel. I'll be using this for iCast for sure, and then probably
you'll be using it. This is mine. Get out of here.
No, and then when I come over to Jeff's, hey, this is gonna be that backpack that carries all the frickin' baits I gotta bring over.
What in the heckin' fart is this?
This one comes off. Yeah.
A mini pack?
Yes. If you were listening.
I wasn't. All right, check this out. So we got look at this little mini bag.
A detachable day bag. So the nice thing about this, let's say you're traveling, right?
Duffel
Comes with a strap. So let's say you're traveling, you get to your destination, you have the backpack completely chock full, but then you're like, oh, I'm going on like an excursion to so-and-so place. I don't need the whole backpack. I just need, to carry a few things.
Laptop, couple of things.
In and out.
A little bit of space, extra zipper pack right there. Yeah. Dude.
You got exactly what you need, nothing you don't. Zip it back on, we're gonna show you the extendo full-size pack.
All right, so we're gonna check this backpack out. First of all, we just tested it for comfort. Padded straps, padded back. It is very comfortable.
I'd say like 8 out of 10.
Yeah, it's up there. Are there more comfortable packs? Probably, but this is very
This is really nice. I think the back is actually the nicest part. So if you look really close, you got this hard foam.
Yeah.
I say hard foam, like this comfort foam, and then there is a space in the middle so you don't get too sweaty. And these are very light.
Yep.
So these are pretty dang comfortable. You'll notice though here at the bottom, you got these swivel clips. That's because these are gonna like actually come off. So let's say you wanted to do like the duffel bag carry. What you're gonna do is you're gonna unbuckle right here at the bottom, and then they just tuck into this top pack right there. And then they're gone, and you can carry it with the side strap, which is pretty sick.
But check this out, you guys. Not one, but two cooler side packs.
They're
this
massive.
Is insulated.
They're
and it's
massive.
Huge. I can fit my whole arm.
It's like your giant Yeti water bottle.
Yep.
That is going in the one side. There's also a pocket in there too,
Yep.
but there's also two of them.
Which is insane.
And then there's a little pocket there on the
mesh
side
pocket.
too. So that's going to be for snackies. Cool snackies. We love that. I love, this is my favorite like feature on any backpack, is just like a top throw bag.
Yeah.
I use it constantly. So that's for like your car keys, your wallet, a battery, a pocket knife, the stuff that you're just gonna grab quickly. If you don't have a sunglasses pouch, you're not a backpack. Look, we're fishermen. I've always got a hat and sunglasses, so that's an absolute must-have, and it's separate from your stuff pocket, so my keys aren't gashing the fart out of my stuff.
Here's the cavernous interior.
Here's all your, this is your insulated goodie pouches, so they're taking that up. If you're not using them though, they just tuck away to the side, and then you'll see there's like a little area down here. That you'll see that here in a minute.
Got some mesh pouches right there as well.
And one thing to call out, when you are traveling, okay, you're going to need to get to the bottom, because what's going to be at the bottom? Socks and underwear. It's the first thing you pack. It's the first thing you need, but you never get at it. But what's really nice about the way this pack opens, you can access anything. So if you're laying it like on the hotel bed or whatever, you open this up and you have access to the entirety of your backpack, not just the very top or through the side. I can't explain how helpful having it open this way is. It's just, this is how, in my opinion, all backpacks should be. And if you don't want it to open the whole way, you just zip a little bit off the top and it's like a normal backpack. So.
Or you grow up. All right.
Now let's say, oh, I can't fit everything in this little backpack. I need extendo pack. You get a little butt pouch that comes down here.
It's a tail. It's a tanuki tail.
It's pretty great.
You can twirl it and fly like Mario.
So this is for all your souvenirs. I went to Disney. I got my 9 hats and all my bunny ears and all that, and they're going right in there. Is it Mickey
Mouse ears?
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, you're not a Disney dad?
I'm not a Disney dad. I love you guys that you are, but I don't know what you buy at Disney World. I don't know. Here's where all your stuff goes after Disney, but then there's also a little handle on it too. You really, I mean, the flexibility is completely insane.
I'm surprised. I gotta be honest with you guys, I was completely out on this backpack. That's why we only have the one. They actually were like, do you guys want two? And now I'm regretting my decision to say no.
And you should, because I think with the zip away pack, that's super convenient. Handles on both sides. There's handles everywhere. And then you do have some hard clips for just attaching stuff. There's one at the top and then one at the top of this handle as well. So I think just for the modularity, that's very nice, but I think some of the features are really good. And then overall quality is very high. It's a very heavy duty pack. Yeah, I'm fully willing to give this a blessing just on its features, and then I'll be testing the heck out of it, because how often do I use a backpack in what we do?
Well, we both do every day.
There's one right there.
Yeah.
It's literally all the time. So
we've been beating the tar out of. We got a Bonafide pack like 2 years ago, and we both have been using it for like all travel exclusively.
Yep.
It's a fishing pack, though. It's not ideal for travel. This one is more ideal for travel, or both, right?
Adventures of all types, sorts
kinds.
and sizes.
This is one that I think, honestly, you have to just get in hand to try out.
I think so, too.
So if you ever see anybody with it, or you see it at a store,
Or me.
zip it apart, check it out, and then maybe your opinion will change.
Super cool, Nocqua. Thanks for hooking us up. Thanks for hooking us up also with the Kayak or Die hats.
Yep.
And
thanks for sending me another backpack.
Later.
All right. So I got a piece of gear that is going to get its own video. I just want to kind of preview it, a little teaser. This is not new, but it is cool. So we actually have the AquaView Micro Revolution 5.0 HD. And if you guys don't know, we have a gigantic AquaView. It's actually over there. I would pick it up, but it's very heavy.
Don't be a coward. Grab the box. Oh, hey.
About 4 years ago, AquaView sent us this, and by sent, I mean I paid 50% for it, but we have this 7 HDI.
It's cool.
It is really cool.
It records. If you can set it up, it requires some additions, but you can record off of it, and it's a monster. I mean, it's very heavy duty, comes with a little travel case like Jeff just showed you, and the HD is
HD.
Hyper def.
Yep. So it's pretty neat. This one also has the HD. This one is also not new by any means. We've got it actually attached to, I'll show you guys in an ice fishing video. I have rigged this up with a little clamp to my ice fishing Vexilar setup. I have the Gens pack from Vexilar.
Which is like a flasher, so it's just giving you red, yellow, green hardness readings. And they're live, but it's not an image. This is like the TV screen, and you can read the bluegills' emotions in their eyes.
So the cool thing is, like, you can drop the Vexilar down, and if you're like, I don't know if this is structure or fish.
Which you won't. You'll think you know, and you're dead wrong.
You can just drop the camera down. What's really cool about this, and you can kind of see it on the back here. Again, this is attached upstairs right now, but you'll get it. It'll get its own dedicated video.
Appetizer.
It can reel down. So the back of it actually like swivels and has a little handle, like a fishing reel. And you can drop the camera down and then reel it back up really quick. So
might be the neatest innovation.
It is super neat. Yeah. So we will do a full review on this when we actually get out on the ice with it today.
Consider yourself teased.
We got a bunch of stuff from Yakattack because we're doing a kayak build. You already mentioned which.
I mentioned the U10 that I'm building out. And look, if you're like into kayak building, you know there's unlimited accessories. You can go anywhere and find anything. If you want to find like the easiest place to go shop for stuff that's guaranteed to work, that has been tested and is by kayakers for kayak anglers, it's going to be Yakattack. So this whole build is essentially going to be Yakattack accessories, Nocqua accessories, and then just a little bit of elbow grease. That's going to be 80% of the weight of this kayak.
And we have tested out like Amazon variations of a lot of these products head to head, and it's not been close.
No.
So we've gotten to a point where we're just like, listen, yes, there are cheaper options. And we're not going to get them because if we want to enjoy the usage of our kayaks, we want stuff that we actually trust.
That's going to hold up.
This is what we trust.
Yeah. So again, like Jeff said, a good example of this would be like the paddle clip holder.
Yeah.
It's like $50 from Yakattack. You're like, oh, I don't know, do I want that or not? I'll get the Amazon one for $28.99. And then you get it, and it's literally like, whoa, like it's trash.
It was really
It's not as good. Don't get the knockoffs. Yeah. I hate saying it. I would tell you otherwise, but I can't. I just can't.
All right.
So let's kick it off with the obvious one. Did you know these came in blue? This is nuts. So this is the leaderboard. So if you're a tournament angler, or if you just like to know how long your fish actually are, so you could say, I caught an 18.789 incher, this would be for you.
People will still call you a liar.
Yeah. So, able to be fished in all tournaments. They do float, which is a pretty big deal. And they have like a few things like high contrast measuring. So if you want your, don't want to have scrutiny on your photos, that's a good way to get around it. No need to put the sticker in the back or anything. They've got a mirror. Again, the best way to get the best possible experience, have accurate readings for tournaments. And then they have some cool features like these slides. So you can think like, oh, what have I caught so far? If it's a 5 fish, you've got your tags here to say, what do I need to cull? And you can just quickly say, oh, it's 11 inches or 10.5 inches in my case. That's a bad start to a tournament, but you would know. You get a 14 incher, like, don't need it. Get it out of here. So really cool. And then the aqua blue is like kind of rad.
That's pretty lit.
I think it's kind of rad. They have like orange, gray, all different kinds. But yeah. This will match the kayak pretty good. So that one's going in there.
Next up, Paul is adding a short stack for his 13x16 black pack. That is unbuilt. When assembled with his 13x16 black pack, it'll look like this. Wow.
It's really cool. And what's kind of cool is you can do the two tones. So my black pack on the bottom is black. Yep. And then this one is gray. And I think, Jeff, you have the black and green?
Yep.
Which is kind of cool. I'd like that. The nice thing about the short stack, it basically... it triples the amount of stuff you can keep handy, and that little bit of separation between like batteries and large items and then just like stuff I'm using for the day and tools, it basically takes care of needing a whole bunch of other storage inside of your kayak. So huge win on this one, especially the way I'm going to do this build, which would be potentially big old battery inside the bottom of the black pack, and then I fix all my woes with just one little attachment.
All right, then we got some basic stuff. You gotta have safety setups, especially if you're doing a tournament, you have to have one of these, but here's the VisiCarbon Pro.
And by must have, he means you literally can't compete without it or you have to launch late. So in order to be safe and tournament capable for your big tourneys, you're gonna need something like this. This is the do it all in one scenario. Light, and safety flag. And I think this one is battery, so this is not hardwired, which I think is a benefit. It's one less thing to do, so bam.
All right, so these are pretty neat. So next up, we got this 7.5-inch gridlock side pocket.
This is pretty sick. You basically just screw, well, I can open it up. It's already open. So basically, you're just gonna screw this onto the side of your black pack, and you just get like a throw and go tray. So tools, plastics, you name it, that's what it's there for. This is called the garbage bin, because it's where all my trash is going, and probably bars.
Facts. We've got the absolute necessary stuff to build a kayak out. So we've got the through-hole wiring kit in the XL.
Through-hole wiring kits are basically a way for you to drill a hole through your kayak and then not have it permanently be a hole. So they have different types of gaskets, so you can run different types of wires, put them anywhere you want in your kayak, and then it's probably, in my opinion, the cleanest way, bar none, to run wiring inside of a kayak, especially if you're a motor guy.
We also have the regular size. The benefit to both of these is that they are gridlock patterned if you're unfamiliar with Yakattack. The gridlock pattern is what the BlackPack bolt pattern is, so the spacing between the screw holes on the BlackPack. There you
So
go.
this is what the side of yours would look like, and you can see this like grid. There's holes in there that's pre-attached for you to install things like that little garbage bin and or the whole through kits. So it's the best of the best. The whole like microcosm ecosystem of stuff that works together.
Yep. Another thing we're going to try out this year with those is the Nocqua bungee dividers. So these are really cool. They have these little attachments right there, so you can bolt it onto the inside of your BlackPack and keep your stuff separated.
So if this is the inside of your crate, you basically just run a bungee cable any which way that you want. You can make like a net that you can put stuff on top and keep it from sticking on the bottom, or you can put them longitudinally and then you can like keep your batteries separate from your tackle boxes, whatever it happens to be. This I think is like the biggest hidden sleeper on their website. I didn't know this existed, but I went through the site and I was like, what the heck in fart? I was looking for this exact thing. So well done, Yakattack.
Another awesome item that we think everybody should be using is the tie down. So this one right here, you can run a strap through, or if you want to run a bungee setup on a kayak that doesn't have a bungee setup. So like Nucano, for example, doesn't have the bungee setup, then you can use these because you just wrap around it. See, it has a little hook there. So it'll stay nice and secure to that.
Tie downs are nice if you're a river fisherman and you got like a waterproof pack like we're going to show you here in a minute, or like a miscellaneous like duffel bag type stuff. Like this is going to save you, and then just going to show you the heavy duty version.
Yeah, so the heavy duty version I've been running as well. So on my Nucano Unlimited, I use these actually to strap down my BlackPack. So I use a short strip of bungee, and then the BlackPack has these corner hooks that go onto each corner of the BlackPack. So I've been able to secure it down. These things are super heavy duty and they're awesome.
The other thing you can do with those is run cabling to pull up and pull down a motor. So a lot of times those are just like, it's just like webbing, like really dense, what am I trying to say? Very durable, like cabling to pull the motor up and down with like a handle. The problem is that goes like straight back, because like, you know, gravity. And that's gonna be right where your BlackPack is, or right where all your stuff is in the rear of your kayak. So this allows you to route the cable around. Another thing you can do with it is route an anchor line inside of your kayak. You have it out of the way of your stuff along the gunnels, which is where you want your cabling to be for safety, and it just makes things really smooth and efficient. So a great way to route heavy duty either cabling or anchor wires.
All right, so next up we got this through hole connector, which is pretty cool. So this is going to work with your Nocqua, and what we can do is we can actually mount that part. That'll be on like the outside of his gear pod, which is what we use with our Nucanos for the front cargo, because there's no front cargo on the Unlimited or the U10. So you add that to it, there you go, and then this will plug to the battery or the connectors inside of the gear pod, and then whatever he wants to plug in, he just plugs into this from the outside.
Pass-through, so clean,
and it's got a cover too.
And you can use that as well for your BlackPack to get in and out of the BlackPack as a pass-through as well. Just super clean.
Last up before we get to the waterproof bags is we have the Leaderboard RotoGrip single attachment. So you can use one or both of these. One, it'll hold it. Two, it'll be super secure. But the cool thing is this versus the one that maybe you saw in my kayak walkthroughs that I did this year. I have a Leaderboard attachment. It's the big one that has two RotoGrips on it. That takes up a lot more space. It hangs over the side. These are low profile setups. And this thing will snap into it. It locks into place.
Just like so.
Yep.
So it's basically two clips
super
and you
secure.
just on the back of the roller, and it's just holding it like so. Which I think is probably the cleanest, easiest way. They also do, though, I will say, for holding the leaderboard, they did make an attachment for the side of the BlackPack. I probably should have gotten one of those because I think it's a really cool option. I'm just not sure where this is going to live most times. I'm also not a huge tournament angler, so this is not my biggest problem. I probably only do tournaments like maybe 1 to 5 times a year, but when I do it, I want to have a spot to put this so it doesn't just fall out and get in my way.
They did send us a bunch of stickers. So we have the giant Yakattack. We've got the medium Yakattack.
I'm gonna have the Yakattack truck. They're gonna think I'm sponsored. Oh yeah.
We've got my favorite in the mix, which is the Yeti or Bigfoot holding his kayak.
Mr. Sam.
We've got Uncle Sam and his kayak. Then we got a bunch of compass ones.
Adventure stickers.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see that one.
A little stamp. Oh, very glary on this one. A little stamp on that. Oh, thank God. There's 2 of these. We don't have to fight over that.
One less fight.
And then Virginia is for kayak fishing lovers.
I don't hate it.
Don't hate it.
I'm not upset about it.
Not in Virginia, but I don't hate it. All right. Everything else we got in this unboxing here is a new release from Yakattack that we're going to check out. So first up, we got the first aid kit.
But it's in, let's just be really clear, this is important. It's in one of their track packs.
Yes.
The track packs are meant to mount to, no way, a track. They also have handles for the top of them if you want it.
Yep.
So this is what your setup would typically look like. And then this is what attaches to the track. So you can just easily take it on and off. It is genius.
So the first aid kit is really nice because you can stow this on your kayak somewhere slightly out of your way. In the case of ice fishing season, we now have one because we didn't have one when Paul injured himself.
Well, look, I've never really been super hurt ice fishing and never thought that it was really a possibility unless you fell through. And in which case, a first aid kit, unless it contains a butane blower, is not going to help you that much. So this, though, I gashed my feet so badly last week. Here's a quick clip. It helps.
Nope. Nope, I don't know if I'm okay. I'm not okay. I need to go to the hospital.
Ouch.
Ouch.
That really hurt. Went
Bummer.
straight to the hospital. And so, yeah, there's really no scenario where you shouldn't have these.
Yep.
And now we will because they made it extremely convenient.
This does come in a dry bag, which is necessary.
Must have.
You're on the water, things get wet. I've had regular first aid kits there, just in a regular pouch. Everything's soaked. You get soggy Band-Aids. They don't do a good job.
That's not helpful.
So in the dry bag, you have this little roll-up bag. Like that.
This is so great.
So
and this is not just a first aid kit. They should have made it survival because it really has all the stuff.
So it does have a bunch of survival tools. You got scissors in here. You have a multi-purpose tool. You've got, which is like one of those little credit card tools right there.
Super helpful.
Gauze, whistle, compass.
There's an impale kit.
There is an abdominal gauze kit for impalements.
Because who's that gonna happen to? It'll be me.
It's gonna be Paul somehow. Somehow he'll fall on a fishing rod or something.
Yep. So you get your gauze, you get your Band-Aids, you get your multi-tools, you get your space blanket, all the stuff that you would need.
There is really a space blanket in there.
And in my head, this is very much like what I would want for a river fishing kit.
Yes.
Which
multi-day river float would be.
You're far away from somewhere where you would be anywhere near getting to help or your vehicle or anything like that. A lot of times you're not gonna have cell service. For river fishermen, I personally think this is a must-have. And really, this will live on my kayak full-time or my ice sled full-time. And I feel so much better about it because I have my own first aid kit. It's basically just for hook point issues. That's all I've got. This is a massive upgrade, and it also keeps it in a really convenient spot. You don't have to put it in the track pack, but the fact that it comes with the track pack I think is awesome. And there's only one thing that I would add. Jeff and I went through
it's highlighted.
Yeah, thank God. Jeff and I went through the list of stuff that was in there, and there's only one thing that I would add, and that is super glue. I would tell you right now,
New skin, super glue,
whatever.
saves lives.
Well, new skin's one thing, but super glue is its own beast because new skin, it doesn't hold things together very well. Super glue holds things together very well. So yeah, I think new skin super glue would be a good addition to the old family there. And you know what? Super glue is great to have in the kayak no matter what because you can use it on your baits too, which I do all the time. So super glue added to that, and it's like an 11 out of 10, and right now it's a 10 out of 10.
Last up, we're going to unbox a bunch of their new dry bags. So we have not even looked at these yet. I haven't even looked at promotions of these yet. So they just sent these over for us to check out. Let's see.
So another river fisherman's must-have, in my opinion.
Absolutely. They all have a strap, I believe. That has a strap too? Yeah.
Dude, what?
So they
never have a strap.
You can sling pack these, which is really cool. So they have this little strap, and we've got 3 different sizes of these that we'll check out. The other really nice thing that you never see on a dry bag, see-through window.
Never.
Never.
Well, not never. The super
Not
high
often.
ones have them. And this one even has like the top
air valve, too.
Yes, I know. This one has a little top to it so that you can really get a good waterproof seal and fold over, which I really like. And then the heavy-duty bottom.
Yep.
Also super important, when you can set these up vertically, it actually does help things quite a bit, especially for packing. And then the valve to make sure that when you press the air out, it stays out. That's a huge deal because, again, you can get this as small as possible after you already pack it out, which I think is genius. And then, honestly, I can't say enough about having this. It seems like such a minor thing. This is a huge deal. This makes this from, like, borderline intolerable to, like, very tolerable.
Well, it's not long enough, but it's a little man purse for me.
I think you could probably extend that. I think if you did the math on it.
Never.
There we go. Dude, that's sick.
Oh, God. We extend this all the way out, and I might be able to. Yes, I can.
These are awesome.
Sling it.
1 year unlimited warranty, no questions asked on these as well.
I wanted to test this out. So this is full of air right now, right? You guys see that? So we have an air valve here. I should be able to, essentially.
Smooshy.
Oh.
But now turn the valve. And then it's back to waterproof.
There still should be air in there. Look at that.
So after
the rest of the air doesn't come out, so you can compress them as much as you want. So that's cool.
You ever put something in a Ziploc bag? You're like, I need this to be waterproof, but I want to take all the air out of it. Yep. Most of the time, it's me like making chicken. So like I put chicken in a Ziploc. True. You close it up, and you're like, how do I get that last little bit of air out? No, I have to. And then quickly zip, and then it never works. This is the exact opposite of that. So you get 3 sizes. This is the medium. Jeff had the small. So that is the large. Jeff had the small, and this is the medium. You get 3 different sizes, and they're all really cool.
Oh, all right. So these are a backpack. So if you are...
This is sick.
This is... All right, so let's say you're wading the river.
There it is.
Right?
Yep.
We're wading the river. You can buy a really expensive one, like we have the fish pond. Which, I'm not going to lie, it's a great backpack.
It has some issues.
Great sling pack option. Has some issues.
Some cool accessories and stuff, but it has some issues.
The biggest issue is the side pocket, right? So everything has to fit into this side pocket pouch there, which barely fits the 3600. So you're using small tackle boxes.
Good luck digging in that.
This opening, we could fit everything plus clothes, camping materials, etc. There's also a side pocket here that won't be waterproof.
It won't be waterproof.
But it is a side pocket, so anything that doesn't matter if it gets wet, you can toss into the side. There's also mesh on the side as well. And then you've got backpack straps, which not too many waterproof bags have the 2-strap option. Usually it's like a sling pack, like that fish pond you just saw there. But this would be really cool. Load this thing up if we're doing like a long walk, like a wade trip, something like that, or if we're camping.
River fishing is where I'm seeing this.
River fishing is huge.
Again, kayak angling, if you are river fishing and let's say you tip over, right? Or it starts raining, all of a sudden, all of your stuff is at risk if it's not on the inside of your hull. And even then, it's at risk. So having a dry bag that's kind of like a backpack is super nice. Or just having one of their dry packs could be a game changer for you. These roll tops, water's not getting in. That's how they're designed. You know,
so you do this.
Gravity and science.
Then now we do this.
There it is. Fold it on up.
Now I will say these don't have the valve on the side like the other dry packs, but you're wearing it. You're not probably not stuffing it into like a small space like you would those.
Exactly. And then they have like that. That's like your everyday carry. That's going to be the one that can get a little dirty. You got the going to church pack here too. Check that out. Ice, just so clean. It has a couple of cool features too. So
there's straps over the top.
Yeah, there's multiple strap options. So this one has a strap where you can go over the top like so, which is really nice. Still has the zipper pocket, which this is going to be weatherproof. So a little bit more weatherproof than the other one just because it is a zipper. Won't be water submersible proof. Does have the flat bottom. Same roll top, but it also has the backpack straps, but you can clip these off. So this comes right off either the swivel or here, and can, like we mentioned, there's a bunch of different ways that you can clip these together. So you could duffel this and turn this into a stuff sack as well. So this is probably the do everything that everything does. That other one's a little more like an actual backpack. But this, the white is clean. Can't believe how clean that looks. So some really cool new options. Again, kayak anglers who are big river trip fishermen, these are going to be right up your alley. Or anyone who just does like general travel and needs things to do double duty, that is again right up your alley. If you're carrying camera gear, that's what we're going to probably use this a lot for. So just some really cool options from Yakattack. So some new launches, some stuff for a new build, some stuff we didn't even know that was on the website. I'm super excited for those interior sort of like organizer bungee strap options. So lots to be excited about. Lots are going to be using here in the next couple of months. Thanks for checking out the video. If you guys want to see more unboxings, gear reviews, fun fishing videos, go ahead and click the subscribe button. And yeah, we'll catch you on the next video.
Okay, bye.
Should we melt?